chef gave us an hour to do this, so what should we make?
I don't know, it has to be something authentic to us, but really delicious in flavor. Like, we have to really think about this.
Yeah, but what about spaghetti?
But that's just so basic, like, everyone can make that.
I mean, it has such a good flavor. I mean, that's what makes it authentic to us. We're so good at making it. That's why we work.
I know, but it just doesn't seem like enough. Like, what if we get forgotten because it's so basic, you know?
Okay, I got what you're saying. What about making a salad? I can also make some potatoes.
I feel like the salad will work with the, like, more of the meal, but the potatoes is just a little too much.
But you're saying that it's too basic, and I feel like a salad is so basic enough, so if we add something else to it, it'll be better.
But I feel like the potatoes are just such an odd portion to add. Like, that wouldn't add to the dish in any way.
We're wasting time.
I know, but we have to get it right.
Okay.
I feel like spaghetti's just gonna be fine. We'll just do that.
Okay, yeah.
And the salad.
And potatoes?
Yeah, we just add the potatoes
Okay,
into the salad. Make it more interesting.
Okay, we're wasting time. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
I just don't understand why Sachi thinks that argument is pointless. Arguments are not in fact pointless and actually play a valuable role in society because they allow for discourse to happen. And without it, we would not be able to see the different points of views of others, which help and keep social harmony.
Personally, I think Caitlin is completely overreacting. We're arguing over food on a cooking show. Let's have some perspective here. And then she goes off on this whole rant about how arguments are essential to society or whatever. Honestly, I don't see the value. Not everything has to be a philosophical debate. This is ridiculous.
Okay, we gotta start doing the pasta. I'll start boiling the pasta.
Okay, I'll get on the salad, but God, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the potatoes. I mean, I mentioned them because doing a salad is way too basic.
Yeah, but what do you want to do with the potatoes? What would even work for that?
God, I don't know if I should make mashed potatoes, but don't you feel like that's gonna take too long? I mean, we only have an hour.
I mean, yeah, mashed potatoes usually take a long time. What if you added the mashed potatoes to the salad? Or would that taste a little funny?
No, I feel like that's weird. Caitlin, we can't be doing this weird stuff. We said that this has to be authentic to us, and then you started talking about that salad. We never make salad.
But, yeah, but what if you add the potatoes to the salad and you could chop them up really thin? Because what else are you gonna do with the potatoes? I feel like you can't just put them into the spaghetti.
Whatever, Caitlin.
So shouldn't you know what to do with the spaghetti?
Well, this is authentic to us. We're both doing spaghetti.
Yeah, but you mentioned the pasta.
Fine. We should have switched roles then. If you were gonna be complaining so much about this. It's not that big of a deal, Caitlin. It's only $100,000 on the line.
You know what? My bad. I'm just trying to make it taste good. How much should I even do of this?
I don't know.
I'm just not understanding why Sachi's having such a temper when all I'm trying to do is communicate with her. It's always good to communicate with one another and understand their side of things and respect it.
I really don't get why Caitlin is so worked up on just because I said arguments are pointless. Chill. Just cook your pasta and move on. It's not that
Are you
deep.
cutting fast enough? We have to make sure.
Is your water boiling fast enough?
I can't change anything about the water boiling, Sachi.
Okay, well, we still have 30 minutes left. You have to
I
calm
know,
down.
but if the water's not boiling and the salad's not ready, then we're gonna have nothing to give him.
Okay.
And then we're really gonna be screwed because there's nothing for him to have.
Hey, gosh. Okay, Caitlin, I get it.
It's not boiling fast enough. Why did we choose spaghetti?
I don't know, Caitlin.
Sachi, why are you cutting the tomato like that?
Well, I can't dice them. Who has a salad that's having tomatoes diced? I mean, come on now, Caitlin.
Yeah, but that's such a big piece of tomato.
Are you the one making the salad? I don't think so. Why don't you focus on your pasta that isn't even boiling yet?
It is boiling. The bubbles are starting to form on the bottom, meaning it's about to boil. And the sauce is just starting to heat up slowly. We can't do anything about that because we don't want that to boil.
Well, I need you to turn up the heat or something, Caitlin.
The heat is all the way up. I literally can't turn it up any higher.
Whatever, Caitlin, whatever. Just focus on yourself, okay?
Well, this isn't my dish that I chose to make.
Well, isn't it authentic to us? I thought we were partners. This doesn't seem like a partner relationship right now.
Well, we are partners, but we have to think about what the other one wants, and you didn't want to.
Well, what if you would have suggested to make instead of a salad or whatever?
I don't know, but something better than that. We could have come up with something. But we had no time because we wasted it all arguing.
Arguments have no purpose either way, Caitlin. Caitlin, it's not like they have any purpose in society.
Yes, they do. If you actually argue the proper way and listen to each other's sides without having a high temper, then you would have gotten something done.
No, Caitlin, that's not how it goes.
Yes, it is.
Whatever.
Arguments are extremely valuable in our society, and Sachi needs to understand this. I read an article once about their importance. It was The Value of Arguments by Mike Hogan. It was quite an interesting article due to the fact that it spoke a lot about how arguments surround our society and are so important throughout it, especially in politics. Hogan was speaking about the fact that arguments actually improve our communication skills with one another, as well as our interactions with one another. And I think that they also help us respect each other's ideas, which enable us to have better communication skills. If we're respecting one another and understanding one another's point of view, it allows for great social harmony to be made within our society.
Okay, let me just clear this up. I don't even have a temper. That's not even the issue. The real question is how Caitlin can claim that arguments add to society. She says that they promote harmony. But let's be real. Have you ever seen two people arguing and thought, wow, that's so peaceful? I definitely haven't. If anything, it feels like the opposite of harmony. So how exactly are arguments contributing to a better society? Okay, there we go.
Okay, finally the water is boiling. I'm gonna start to put the pasta in.
You want to put the pasta in? We have like 20 minutes left. Caitlin,
I
what have
know,
you
but
been
there's
doing?
nothing I can do if the water won't boil. How much pasta should I even put in?
I don't know, Caitlin. That's like a you problem right now. I'm making a salad.
You're the one that, again, wanted to do the spaghetti, so you have to help.
Okay, well, I'm the one.
I'm just not sure why Sachi keeps getting so defensive over this and so upset with me for no reason. She needs to learn to communicate better. I think if she were to learn to communicate better, that she would be able to understand how important arguments really are and how valuable they are within our society. Another article that I read that supports this type of idea is Why Disagreement is Good for Us. It was by Xavier Simons. I found it so fascinating to see his idea about arguments, and he agrees that arguments help broaden someone's thoughts and ideas whilst being able to respect someone else's own opinions about a topic. Xavier made a reference to when students protest at this one university, and he stated that they were able to protest and speak their minds as well as respecting others' ideas whilst getting their point across, of course, which was the whole point. It was good to see how he thought the same thing I did, as arguments are good to communicate and help us understand one another's ideas. I think if Sachi were to truly understand this idea that arguments are helpful within our society, she would be able to communicate a little bit better with me throughout this whole thing and not get so defensive towards me when I'm just trying to make a point.
The only thing I'll say to Caitlin is this: relax. All I said was that I don't think arguments are that valuable. That's just my opinion. Why is that such a big deal? I mean, I kind of understand her perspective now. Sure, arguments can show different points of views, but that doesn't mean that they're the foundation of our entire society. That's just a bit dramatic.
Okay, Caitlin, I'm done with the salad, but how much pasta are you even making? Because it seems like you're making very little. Well, you have to have enough to fit into this bowl.
Okay,
I don't think that's enough. Caitlin, you're seriously stressing me out here, and I'm the one doing the salad, which is the easiest part of all.
Okay, I added more pasta. I don't know how much I should really add. I feel like it shouldn't fill up the whole bowl because we don't need that. That's so wasteful.
Whatever, Caitlin. Just figure it out.
I am. I'm going as fast as I can.
Well,
I'm
I'm trying to...
pasta will be done soon.
Okay, Caitlin.
Is the salad at least done?
It's getting there, Caitlin. Don't rush me. I'm just not ready yet.
Well, I'm sorry. I just have to make sure at least one thing's ready, since the pasta is not.
Figure it out, Caitlin. That's your job.
I think that because Sachi believes argument is pointless and that it doesn't play a valuable role in society, she chooses not to argue a whole lot, which in reality actually isn't good because she doesn't practice her communication skills and interactions with one another, also not being able to respect others' ideas. So when it comes down to having an argument, instead of understanding and respecting their thoughts, she gets irritated and defensive. I think Hogan's point that arguments are actually good to help with our communication skills is so evident in this idea. If she was just able to understand the importance of argument, I think it would allow us to work better as a team because we would be able to understand each other better.
The rest of you, but Caitlin's constant arguing is starting to get a little exhausting. All of this over one comment. Yeah, sure, I can admit that both Mike Hogan and Xavier Simmons make solid arguments in those articles Caitlin keeps referencing. They do explain how disagreement can lead to better communication and even social progress. But honestly, I'm still not totally convinced. It feels like too much over something so small.
Where are the potatoes? I thought you were gonna cook those. You're literally done with the salad. So what have
They're
you
right
been doing?
here. It's just like you're rushing me so much right now, and your pasta's not even going. Okay, I'm
It's
just
literally almost
making
done.
sure this looks appealing because chef is also scoring on appearance. It's not just simply because of the taste.
I know that, and it looks great, but we have to figure out what we're gonna do with the potatoes. We chose to grab them, so
Okay, I'll get on it. Just give me a second.
okay. I think the pasta's done now. I'm gonna turn it off and strain the pasta.
Okay, yeah, that works. So we have I would say, I don't know, 10 minutes left, so we need to hurry it up.
Okay, I'm hurrying, but you're the one that I've been waiting for with the potatoes.
Okay, well, I'm getting on that. My water's boiling, okay?
Add the sauce now because it's ready. And is your potatoes almost ready?
The water isn't boiling, okay? I don't know what's up with these stoves this year around. Because when we did this last year, they weren't so slow.
Yeah, but I don't know. We only have 5 minutes to get this done.
Okay, I'm going. Can't you see that these potatoes are really tender? I don't want them to break. They're gonna make the whole plate dirty.
I know, but it's taking way too much time. See, I knew we shouldn't have done potatoes.
Okay, I'm going. But salad is way too basic. Why are we still arguing over this?
I don't know.
Potatoes have literally nothing to do with this, and it's all about you thinking that arguments have a purpose when they don't. I'm telling you.
They do have a purpose. I'm literally telling you. Hurry up and plate, Sachi.
Okay, I'm going. Can't you help a little bit or something? I'm just trying to surround the dish. Make sure it looks good. Gosh, Caitlin, you don't have to be such a drag.
Okay, 5 seconds.
Okay. 5 seconds.
We finished.
Beautiful. We're complete.
I've clearly proved why argument is not pointless and in fact very valuable in our society because discourse is a key factor in creating social harmony due to it allowing for one another to understand and respect each other's ideas. Now, I think communication could have been better throughout our whole cooking process, but in the end, we ended up creating a beautiful dish, and that's all that matters.
At this point, Caitlin really just needs to let it go. I said arguments were pointless, not that she needed to write a whole dissertation about it. Honestly though, between us, I do get where she's coming from now. I don't want to hype her up too much, but she made a pretty solid case. I still don't love arguing, but I can see how it forces people to communicate better and to consider viewpoints that they might have ignored otherwise. Even if I don't always agree with her, I get that arguments can play a role in building understanding. And maybe, just maybe, that adds something to society after all.